So how many of y'all have been familiar with the Kellogg saga? I ain't gonna lie, this one got to me. And I just recently got introduced to all this stuff with the red dye #3 and all of that information coming out. But apparently it's been going on, like we found out, with the red dye for a long time. And they've known about this for decades. Bro, do you know how much Kellogg cereal I ate growing up? Which, thank you, I'm fine, I'm doing good. It didn't really affect me. But do you know how much Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, like Rice Krispies? Is Rice Krispies part of Kellogg's? I think it is. But man, do you know, fam, bro, oh my, I was a cereal baby through and through. But anyway, before we get to all the madness, man, y'all know how this goes. Question everything. You should. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get to it.
Over 400,000 Americans have requested change. The company's stock is tanking, and the stock was just downgraded by market analysts. Good morning, everyone. I want to give you guys a quick update on the Kellogg cereal saga following their refusal to remove harmful synthetic food dyes from their cereals in the U.S. when they have a safer version for other countries. The stock price is down over 21% in the past month, compared to the rest of the market, which is down 2%. The company...
Wait. How is that even allowed? You have a totally different version for other countries than we're receiving? How is that even allowed? That's why I say, man, things got to change, bro. How can that even be allowed for that to hit the shelves if they're serving two different versions like that? And we know it. That's insane to me.
Version for other countries. The stock price is down over 21% in the past month, compared to the rest of the market, which is down 2%. The company was also just downgraded from analysts at TD Cowen. And just wait till you hear why. Fresh food sales are trending up, growing at 6.7% compared to a measly 1.5% for packaged and frozen foods. So now the money's talking, and analysts are taking notice. This also follows the Food Babes delivery of a petition of over 400,000 Americans requesting that Kellogg's keep their promise to remove artificial food dyes from back in 2015. So now over 400,000 Americans have requested change. The company's stock is tanking, and the stock was just downgraded by market analysts because they see your product trending down. I think the best time to change might be now.
See, that's how you get their attention. You hit them in their pockets, bro. That's how. This is a perfect example of how you get change, the change that you want to happen. We just need to apply this in all areas and aspects. We come together, we say, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't buying this, or we not letting this happen. And watch the power we have.
Lords are nothing without people. Water that.
Like, how do you, I don't even know how to go about trying to unthaw your car. Now, you know when this type of stuff happens? This type of stuff only happens when you really can't afford to be late for work, meaning like you've been written up one too many times and this next time would be termination. Yeah, this when this type of stuff happens, when it's out of your control and you're like, oh, you cannot be, I cannot be late, bro. Holy, bro, I've never seen nothing like that. Like, how do you unthaw that?
American farmers are bracing for some big changes under President Trump's new immigration policy. They don't know what the future workforce could look like in an industry that relies very heavily on this migrant labor. Nearly half of America's farm workers, are thought to be undocumented.
American farms are on the decline. There was a 7% drop in farms from 2017 to 2022, according to the USDA. That's about 142,000 fewer farms in just 5 years. These days, farmers are up against bird flu outbreaks, higher costs for feed and fertilizer, and climate change. But their livelihoods depend on a reliable workforce. And now they're concerned about how President Trump's campaign promise to launch the largest deportation effort in American history will play out. Immigration taking center stage from day one.
First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
About 2/3 of crop workers are foreign-born. And while many come to the U.S. who are seasonal jobs legally through H-2A visas, the USDA estimates that 42% of crop laborers are undocumented. New Jersey farmer Kurt Alstead says his workers are all legally authorized, but he's watching closely to see what Trump does next. When we talk about the ripple effects of a potential mass deportation, labor is already hard enough to find as is. Could it be even more difficult to find across the board if that does happen?
Well, there's no question in the United States we have a shrinking workforce. Anything that happens from a policy standpoint that reduces people in our workforce is going to make it very difficult for industry, and certainly for agriculture. We would be in big trouble if we lost workforce.
The labor union, United Farm Workers, has already seen an uptick in migrants asking for help.
The threats are scary, but at the same time, farm workers more than anyone understand the reality that without them, this work is not going to get done.
And fewer workers could mean less homegrown produce, according to University of Montana economist Diane Charlton.
But there will be less domestically grown fruits and vegetables.
Does that mean more farms could go belly up?
Definitely.
Nate Chittenden, a third-generation New York dairy farmer.
A lot of farms going belly up. A lot of stuff will be imported. This is going to create opportunities for the machines to come in, which they may want anyway. So that could be part of the plan. A lot of different things. Prices for sure. For sure. Continue to monitor your prices at the grocery store or what you're paying for things. Fruits, vegetables, all this type of stuff like that. See what you're paying and continue to monitor it, because if this happens and it's inevitable at this point, you're about to feel it in your wallet for sure.
Says his industry needs change.
We all want safe, affordable food in this country. We all realize that people that work hard deserve a chance to improve their lives. You know, we have to figure out what we can do to make that happen without breaking the system.
Ask me how I know I'm in hell right now. There's a driverless car, nobody in the car, with a billboard that says, humans are so 2023. Hire an AI. This is a real-life billboard in San Francisco, California. We got rampant homelessness, a fentanyl crisis. Nobody can afford housing. But wait, your employee needs rest? Wait, healthcare? They need to eat lunch? That is so 2023. Humans are so 2023. What are you, an idiot? Hire an AI.
Listen, every time I see one of those driverless cars, I think about that dude riding around in a circle, and it's nothing that they could do about it. He was just riding around in a circle, and it was nothing. That's all I think about, man. Those cars, that is not, they should have never let that video get out. They should have paid whoever they had to pay, because that's going to hurt them coming out of the gate, because I don't want to be in one of those right now. Can you imagine how much worse that could have been? Like, yeah, that's all I think about now.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction. Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. A sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration. This man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities.
Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
Okay, guys, ignore and part my hair. I'm inside Walmart, and I want to show you something. If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny. Hold on. Where are the eggs? Okay. All right. Where are the eggs? Let's see what we have down here. We got egg whites. We got some egg makers, but that is about it. I have an egg man. And I called him, but he didn't call me back because I have a feeling he's out of eggs. Yep. Not loving it. Not loving it at all. But it is what it is.
I'm about to start slinging eggs out the back of my trunk. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm about to start slinging eggs. That seems to me right now could be a very lucrative hustle right now, bro. I got these eggs. How many? Man, you call me up. I'll pull up right where you live. Bring you the eggs right to your doorstep, like Uber Eats. You think I'm playing, bro? I'm thinking about it.
All right, let's talk about one of the biggest conspiracy theories in sports. Michael Jordan had a lot of ups in his professional career at the time, like winning 3 NBA championships, playing with the Dream Team, but he also experienced a lot of really low lows, like losing his father. James Jordan Sr.'s life was tragically taken from him by 2 minors who were planning to rob a motel but saw his expensive car and decided to change the trajectory of their plan and rob Jordan instead. The trial was gruesome and tragic, and it took Michael Jordan and his family a while to find his father. Because he was so burnt out from the finals, the tragic death of his father, and the Olympics, Michael Jordan decided to retire from basketball and infamously pursued a new career in a new sport with baseball. So in 1992, after Michael Jordan winning his 2nd championship, he was called to testify in a criminal trial because a convicted drug dealer named James Bueller, I don't know, was in possession of a $57,000 check signed by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan at first said it was just a business loan, but then he came back under oath and said that it was the cost of gambling losses from a single weekend, $57,000. Then the San Diego businessman wrote a book called Michael and Me, Our Gambling Addiction, ... My Cry for Help. And in the book, he basically states that he won over $900,000 betting golf with Michael Jordan. Then Michael Jordan was caught at Atlantic City Casino early into the wee morning, the night before Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, which means probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then the NBA, after Michael Jordan won his 3rd championship with the Bulls, decided to launch a formal investigation into whether or not he broke any NBA rules with his gambling situation. Next thing you know, Michael Jordan retires from basketball, decides to play baseball, and could you imagine if LeBron James did that in this day and age? Now, the thing a lot of people find fishy about Michael Jordan's exit from basketball is that in his exit press conference, he says, and I quote, 5 years down the road, if the urge comes back, if the Bulls will have me, and if David Stern, the NBA commissioner, lets me back in the league, I may come back. Now follow me here. Michael Jordan was the face of the league at the time, all over the world, okay? And a lot of people think that David Stern suspended Michael Jordan for gambling, but he didn't want to ruin the image of the face of the league, so they covered it up with his whole retirement. David Stern and Michael Jordan both strongly deny this and say that it's not true. Michael Jordan retired because of the death of his father, but people have mixed feelings about it. So what do you think?
I think that definitely is a possibility that went down just like that. Exactly like she said. I definitely think that. Michael is a gambler, bro. Definitely a gambler. We've heard several different stories, man. I've heard the story about the dude walking up on Michael Jordan saying, hey, Jordan, he had a bag full of money, saying, hey, Jordan, let's gamble. Michael was like, listen, I ain't got time. Let's flip for what you got in the bag. Heads I win, tails you win, or something like that. And the dude was like, no, and ended up walking away. Like, Michael would literally, you've seen videos of him playing quarters inside of the arena. Like, gambling at every waking opportunity. But the same way she mentioned LeBron, take out LeBron. They absolutely dogged Allen Iverson for staying out late and different things and stuff like that, coming in, being out wee hours in the morning before the game, coming back in probably 2, 3, 4 in the morning, then having an early game. Like, they actually dogged him for that. Like, they protected Jordan, I think. Don't get me wrong, he still looked great. It still don't look like it affected him much either, you know? And it's up to you to say, hey, if he still performs, then what's the problem? I get that too. But I could definitely see Stern trying to protect him and also saying, hey, bro, you got to step away. We can't have this.
Do you know that the USDA Organic label might not mean what you think it does? I stopped relying on that label back in 2020 because, let's face it, I had the time to do some research. And then after doing the research, I started talking to some farmers at farmers markets, and I was asking them, okay, is your stuff organic? And then they started opening up and telling me that it's all the same. It's just that most of the small farmers can't afford to pay for that USDA Organic certification. It's really only big agribusinesses that can even afford that certification. And if you talk to local farmers, they'll tell you that they do follow organic practices, and most of them go above and beyond. It's just that they can't afford that certification, and the nutritional value, it's no different. USDA Organic basically has just evolved into another big marketing tool.
Elon Musk has plans for the penny coin. The billionaire's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, says that nixing the U.S. penny production could trim federal spending. So how? Listen to this. In a post on Tuesday on X, Musk's DOGE wrote that the U.S. spends about 3 cents to mint each 1 cent penny. So as he also said that penny production costs U.S. taxpayers more than $179 million. What? Just in 2023. So it's unclear what's going to happen next. DOGE's role in the Trump administration, of course, is to reduce wasteful spending and eliminate unnecessary regulations. So we should also know that the penny has survived decades of people coming after it. Lincoln, he's not backing down for nobody. They even tried to get rid of the penny in 2015 under Obama. That didn't happen. Elon Musk has planned.
Who's in charge? This ain't no way in the world. 3 cents for 1 penny? In what world does that math equate? Please tell me. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been out of school for a little minute, and if you carry the 1 and all of that and the remainder to find X, it still don't add up. It don't. That makes no sense. Of course we in debt, bro. If we got these type of mathematicians in charge, come on.
Rising woke nation. So the last couple of days, it's been snowing in places that rarely get snow. Is it because of this? When cloud systems move through one of our cloud seeding project areas, a solution containing a small amount of silver iodide is burned from ground-based generators or released from aircraft. Upon reaching the cloud, the silver iodide acts as a ice-forming nuclei to aid the production of snowflakes. What? As you can see, guys, it was snow in Florida, New Orleans, and here in my home state, Texas. So guys, what you think? Was this the cloud seeding project? Or is this just something that happened naturally in these areas? Let me know. Leave a comment. Peace.
Some people believe the poles are shifting. I'm starting to see a lot of videos pop up where people are talking about pole shifting. That seems to be the talk right now, and that's a huge problem if it is, bro. Ooh.
Around. Oh my God, Mommy. Okay, wait. So this thing right here has been flying super low. It looks like a plane, but it also isn't, and it's been circling the neighborhood. And also hovering, it'll stop and hover. Look, it's oh my, it's so low to the houses. That doesn't even look like it's flying. Okay.
Mommy, it's making a sound.
Honey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, so you don't have to worry. Everything is okay. I promise. Okay, that one's hovering. That is literally just staying in place right now. It's crazy because it looked like a plane, but it's not a plane. It is way too low to be a plane, and planes don't just hover in one place, which is what's happening right now.
And also, it started that way and went that way and around.
Yeah, it went in a circle, basically overhead. Oh my gosh, and now it's turning. Okay, planes don't do this. Planes don't do what this is doing.
Guys, if this is the last video that you see, please
back around.
Oh my God, Mommy.
Okay, wait. So this thing.
I am going crazy. I don't know if I just went through like a different dimension or went through a time loop or what the just happened. Or maybe I had a stroke while driving. I don't know. I live one town over from where I work. So it takes me about 25-30 minutes to get home. All I remember was getting on the highway. My husband texts me. I look down. I text him back real fast. I look back up and I'm no longer on the highway. Somehow I'm in the town that I live in and I'm on this random road that I never drive on. It's literally a road that leads behind my company buildings. This road, people don't drive on this road, but I'm in the town that I live in. I have made it in the town. I'm 5 minutes from my house. And when I got here, it was only 5:14. There is no possible way for me to get from my job to where I live in 14 minutes. The last thing I remember is getting on the I'm so scared I'm about to start crying. I get on the highway, I look at my phone, and I just write back, okay, and then I'm here. And I'm not like crying because I'm just crying because I'm scared. They're scared the f*** out of me. I feel like what crosses my mind is like, do I just not remember driving? But there's no way I could have gotten here. Anyway, that scares me. Has anybody ever experienced that? I am going
Listen, I don't know if portals are opening up or what. A lot of people are talking about skipping and jumping timelines. So that's what that sounded like to me. I don't know. And I've already told you how I feel about when I'm driving and you can just not remember the last 5 minutes of your route. And it freaks you out. It does.
There are hundreds of firefighters here on the scene working overnight to contain this fire. You've got 6 fires currently burning throughout the area, and unfortunately, the fire weather will continue. The National Weather Service now issuing a high wind alert that will continue through this afternoon. The Hughes fire where we are broke out yesterday morning. Initially, it devoured the equivalent, get this, of a football field of land every few seconds. Crews not only had flames to fight, they also were battling the effects of the Santa Ana winds, wind gusts exceeding 30 miles per hour. Fortunately for firefighters, the winds calmed down overnight. The fire now 14% contained. Still, you have more than 30,000 residents under evacuation orders, while nearby communities are still dealing with the aftermath of the Eaton and Palisades fires.
I'm getting over COVID and bronchitis, so it's still like I hadn't eaten anything, and I'm just like, I couldn't even think, you know? It's just like, what do I take? Like, I took some sentimental things.
And overnight, another fire, the Sepulveda fire, breaking out very close to the Palisades fire, impacting the Bel Air area. I've been checking the Watch Duty app. Fortunately, it appears firefighters have been able to hold that fire at 40 acres. There are hundreds of fire.
Wow, bro, they just can't catch a break. They can't catch a break out there. The winds, you got to constantly worry about the winds. And I know them firefighters. I keep saying that. I know them firefighters are exhausted, bro. I know they're exhausted, man. Hopefully they get some more people out there that can help them and they have a decent rotation so those guys can get rest and be fresh to go back out and fight the fires.
Well, President Trump's illegal immigration crackdown is off to a fast start. Fox News has learned that in a 33-hour period between Tuesday morning and Wednesday night, ICE agents arrested over 460 migrants, many with long criminal histories. But these operations aren't just limited to Boston. They're taking place all over the country. Bill Malugin is getting an exclusive look at this massive, important operation in the sanctuary city of Boston. Live now to Bill.
Well, Emily, we've heard officials here in Boston and in Massachusetts say repeatedly they are not going to cooperate with ICE or mass deportation efforts by the Trump administration. And ICE says, well, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to cooperate with us. We're still going to go into your city and we're going to do the job. And we were with ICE Boston yesterday for about 10 hours as we got to watch them firsthand carry out immigration enforcement. Take a look.
Good morning, everyone.
It's a frigid 5 degrees in the pre-dawn hours just outside of Boston, where this team of elite ICE officers is briefing on their targets for the day.
We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction. And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today, too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, a quick note on some of the blurring we did in that story. We decided.
I want to hear from the residents of the area. That's what I want to hear from. How do they feel about this? Because before, when I was doing these videos and you would hear from the residents, their issue was, again, they felt like they were prisoners. They were scared to come out. Different things was happening. They were being threatened, intimidated. All kind of different things were happening where they lived at. So I want to hear from the residents.
Decided to hide the faces of the ICE officers, obviously, because a lot of them work undercover. We also blurred some of the faces of the suspects if their cases are still pending, if they've been arrested but haven't been convicted yet. We also learned after we were done filming that ICE picked up another target on the other side of the city. This was a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested locally and is facing charges for a woman while holding a gun in her mouth, guys. Those are the kind of targets ICE is picking up out here. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Malugin, thank you. Kaylee, an absolutely frightening collection of individuals. Took 33 hours to get 461 out of the way. Amazing what a little bit of leadership, a little bit of gumption, and the mandate from the American people can do.
And Emily, we were sitting there watching this, and you said 18 convictions for that Haitian individual. I mean, we were stunned to hear him say, bleep Trump, thank you, Biden, thank you, Obama, Biden forever, bro. Pay attention to what he is saying, that Biden and Obama enabled someone with 18 criminal convictions to sit in our country without any sort of accountability. There's a lot of people they need to add to that list. Mr. Haitian migrant, criminal who's no longer going to be here. Add Michelle Wu, the mayor of Boston. Add Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, add Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Democrats have enabled this. And what a smart move from this administration to put these images out there within 48 hours. Because I can tell you this, the media is trying to focus on crying immigrants whose CBP apps were canceled, their appointments were canceled. They're trying to find the collateral migrants who are swept up. Tom Homan said that would happen because Democrats are not being compliant. They're trying to find those stories. And the Trump administration says, here are the criminals that are going to make the next Laken Riley happen in this country. This is what we're doing, protecting women, girls, American citizens.
And as Kaylee talks about the Laken Riley Act, Tom Homan warns these individuals, you will be arrested for, these collateral individuals, you will be arrested for resisting this.
Yeah, you know, we do need to take a good look at the first law they broke, though. Because that is really the problem. They came into this country illegally. And the last administration wanted to legalize their illegal behavior and just turn them into our neighbors. And that's how these people have gotten to the point where, well, can we vote too? Eric Adams, don't forget what he said when he was a candidate before he decided he might need Trump to clean up this mess that he and the governor of New York have put on the citizens here in the state with illegal immigration. He said, oh, I'll see if you can vote, even if you're not here legally. So can we all just agree that when you break our law of sovereignty at the border, it counts, it matters, and they are going after the most violent among them and the criminals. And if they sweep up some, as you said, Kaylee, I believe, look, they're not playing ball with ICE, but they're also sweeping up people because those people are with the illegal guys who are committing the violent crimes because they're here illegally too. I can't say that enough. And does that mean that everybody gets pushed out? What it ought to mean is everybody at least gets vetted.